Verstappen topped a thrilling Belgian Grand Prix qualifying on a giant track, but Charles Leclerc will start Saturday's race on pole due to the grid penalty for the World Championship leader. Verstappen, who leads the World Championship 110 points and will be seeking to extend a 7-race winning streak on Sunday, narrowly avoided a shock Q2 exit but regained his composure to top Q3 by 8 tenths of a second as a result of Verstappen's grid penalty, which he incurred for exceeding his gearbox penalty allowance for the season. Ferrari's Leclerc inherits his second pole of the season. Verstappen's Red Bull teammate Sergio Perez will also make history with a potential record extending 13th successive win on Sunday. Will start alongside Leclerc. Lewis Hamilton will start third for Mercedes after a brilliant late lap with a 7-time world champion having escaped unpunished after being called in stewards for rejoining track and safely in front of teammate George Russell in Q2. Hamilton's late lap saw him jump ahead of Ferrari Carlos Sainz and McLaren duo Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris, who appeared to be faster than Mercedes as the track dried out. Hamilton's teammate Russell was 8th, whilst the Martins Fernando Alonso and Lance Stroll finished off the top 10. Before Sunday's race, the drivers will return to the circuit for a Saturday sprint double ahead of a shortened qualifying race as Belgian hosts its third of 6 sprint races this weekend. Much of discourse leading up to qualifying at Spa had been around whether the session should be cancelled due to danger caused by rain that had been in the forecast. However, after a very wet practice session earlier in the day, which allowed little running, the clouds cleared just in time to allow the track to start drying for the start of qualifying. The circuit was still wet as the session began when the drivers were struggling on grit for their intermediate tyres. The danger was highlighted by Norris, who did well to avoid a major damage after going into gravel at turn 16. Despite the validity, the front runners managed to avoid dropping at Q1, although Leclerc did have to deliver in the closing stages. He was at risk of exit before climbing to the top of the time sheet with his final lap. The biggest drama came as January Quali wasted a comfortably good enough lap to send him into Q2 by extending his track limits, giving the opportunity to Yuki Tsunoda to join Q2. Drivers began in Q2 on intermediates, but soon decided the track was ready for slick tyres, switching midway through. That move wasn't without risk, with Esteban Ocon fired up by sending his Alpine into the barrier after losing control, with the damage preventing him from having a chance to advance. Verstappen and K-Mag almost fell foul moments later after the former's mistake left him vulnerable to a shock exit as he sat 10th from the driver at risk with both Magnussen and Gasly on flying laps. Neither sufficiently improved dislodged the Red Bull, but potentially Verstappen argued with his race engineer over the team radio. He criticised the wrong plan that had been decided upon. There was further disappointment to follow for Magnussen as the Haas driver was later given a free place penalty for impeding Leclerc, dropping him from 13th to 16th on the grid. Meanwhile, McLaren's rookie Piastri impressed amid the team's recent outturn in form, with the fastest driver on the track comfortably topping Q2. Piastri and Norris, who finished second at each of the last 2 races, look to be Red Bull's most likely challengers along with Ferrari. Leclerc, whose excellence over one lap has already been seen amid Ferrari struggles, often reminded of the talent of his talent by topping Verstappen in the opening Q3 runs. Meanwhile, Mercedes looked to be unable to compete as Hamilton and Russell struggled to match McLaren and Ferrari on their soft tyre runs. However, both with the track drying and their final runs brought a significant reshuffle. Verstappen summoned a brilliant 1:46.168 to pull comfortably clear of the field, while Perez and Hamilton jumped up to the depth of the top 10, taking 3rd and 4th respectively. Despite being unable to match Verstappen, Leclerc did do enough to hold on to 2nd and will ultimately go down as the 20th pole of his career. While the rain has provided little opportunity to assess how teams will perform in dry conditions, Verstappen late qualifying place suggests that even as 6th he will begin Sunday's clear favourite. More rain is expected for Saturday's sprint double, but currently a dry forecast for Sunday, which means Red Bull would have the opportunity to set the most consecutive wins in the season. Looking ominous for the rest. But before I go, let me run you through the grid for Sunday. Leclerc on pole, obviously inherited it, but still hugely impressive from him. Great job from him to get on the front row in that car. Hopefully the Ferrari doesn't have issues with tyre wear like it did. Like it has done throughout the season, really. Perez in 2nd. With Verstappen starting back, he should be targeting a win. I don't think it'll happen, but in his position, he should be targeting to win. And it's not an offer job, I suppose, but he should be ahead of Leclerc. Hamilton in 3rd. Good job from him. Looked comfortably ahead of Russell, really. Definitely gives him options to get on the podium at the weekend. And then Sainz in 4th. And pretty solid from him as well. I think, maybe wants to be a bit closer to Leclerc, but still in a good position. And then you've got Piastri outperforming Norris. I guess that's slightly down to Norris's damage, but still really impressive from him. And Verstappen 6th, obviously dominant. I still think he'll win at a canter, even starting from 6th. And then Norris in 7th, like I said, disappointing with the floor damage and possibly restricts the high result. Russell in 8th, I think he'll be frustrated, but I just didn't really have the pace. Aston Martin, another example that they've gone in the wrong development direction. They look to be struggling. So then you got Tsunoda in 11th. I'm kind of lucky with Ricciardo letting him into Q2, but after that he was alright. And then you've got Gasly in 12th and Bottas in 13th. yeah, for Alpines, 12th and 14th, just really disappointing on the day that Otmar announced left, and yeah, just shows serious change and needed. Bottas 13th, Jones 17th, yeah, and then Haas is down there. It's kind of the session that you need to be making an opportunity, especially for Williams and track you suit them. So I think they'll be frustrated. Ricardo obviously with that costly mistake, and that could really prove costly. And then. Yeah, just I think frustrating for all the teams down there. But anyway, guys, that's it for you. Thanks very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Here's what's going on for daily F1 news. Subscribe to the channel, it's going to be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.